This episode is brought to you by our friends at Hover, the easiest way to buy domain names and do more with them. Get 10% off today by visiting hover.com/gadgettv.
Hi, this is Andrew Moore-Crispin for Gadget TV on Butterscotch.com, and today we're taking a look at the Joby GorillaMobile Ori for iPad. Now this is for the original iPad, really hoping they'll come out with an iPad 2 version soon, and we'll get to why we hope that's going to happen in a moment. So as you can see here, it really is holding the iPad up at a really unique for this kind of case angle, and I mentioned case. This thing, it's called the Ori, and the reason for that is it's very much like origami. So we have a hinge here that we can put our iPad into just about any configuration here. It's also 360-degree swivel, so we can put it in portrait or landscape, or just turn it around if we feel like it. We can fold it back like this. If we pop this piece out here, fold it back down like this, we now have a more standard style lower sitting case. So let's close this thing up here and show you it in Folio Mode. So this is Folio Mode. So this is where you just kind of throw it into your bag. If you're traveling, or if you're walking around town, you can always have your iPad with you. Now, one of the reasons I mentioned that I really hope this comes out for the iPad 2 is because the concave or the convex, back of the iPad really does impact here. So the case ends up being a lot bulkier than it would otherwise need to be, mostly because the iPad sitting in behind here is curved out. So now the iPad just kind of sits, just kind of flips in like this. It is a solid plastic shell in here, reasonably easy to get in and out. And we have found that it actually does tend to fit most of our docks if we're able to kind of slide it in between the 30-pin connector here and the back of the Ori, which is back here. That's worked out pretty well so far. So now we showed you two of the configurations. So here we have Folio. We can put it down like this and use it in regular mode. We showed you the larger stand style mode. One neat little thing here is that we can actually flip this piece out, lock this tab into this slot here, like so. And now we have access to a pretty comfortable typing mode. Now, all too often when an iPad case will offer you a typing mode, it's not exactly very sturdy. This one, we can basically tap as hard as we want in the keyboard area, and the thing's not going to move. We looked at a Scotch Folio case, which I really liked previously. One thing about that is that because there's no rigid back here, anytime you type it, it will kind of move around a little bit like that. And as you can plainly see, it is a pretty cool-looking case. It's an $80 case, so at the higher end of things. But I would argue it might actually be worth it, especially if they come up with an iPad 2 version. I would give that one some serious consideration. So just before we sign off here, I'll show you how to pop it into stand mode. So this piece pops up here. There are two tabs under here that we will lock it into. And now we are in stand mode. This is really comfortable if you're, if you want to set your iPad on a coffee table, for example. Maybe watch some Netflix. If we can get that open there. Like I say, perfect for this kind of configuration, for actually watching movies, watching Netflix, and all these kinds of things. So you don't actually have to crane your neck down at the device. You're really looking at it at a pretty comfortable angle. So that's a quick look at the Joby GorillaMobile Ori for iPad. For Gadget TV, I'm Andrew Moore-Crispin. For more sweet stuff, visit Butterscotch.com.
This episode is brought to you by our friends at Hover, the easiest way to buy domain names and do more with them. Get 10% off today by visiting hover.com/gadgettv.